we are in outright, really, in what could be the last election if that con man ends up squatting in the White House again despite receiving fewer votes. The fact is, he's not going to win. He will not make, he's not, first of all, he won't win. He won't, somebody just emailed me. That's why a friend emailed me. And I was looking at the email, whatever. So yeah, he's not going to concede. He's already setting it up for a, for the election is stolen. The continuation of this saga, this drama that we all have to be dragged into. And I'm kind of sick of it. I don't know about you. I'm sick of the delays. I'm sick of the fact that he's the only, I mean, is everybody clear on this? That there is, there is one person who's above the law, it seems, in this country. And that's Donald F. Trump. The con man, the tax cheat, the dictator envying parasite with the fake university. The one, I mean, hasn't he done enough damage to this country in his entire life? The least he could say, I mean, if he had any decency, he could at least say thank you. There's no bigger a prolific parasite than him. And, he wants more. And I remember asking the question, actually, to Robin Kincaid and Mike Malloy one night, how much? How much do they want? And the answer came back immediately. They want it all. And they're not going to stop until this democracy is gone. And really, the fact is, the Republicans, they're in the cancer stage of, well, it's in, not, I don't know, is it the cancer stage? Well, in the maggot death cult, in the Republican death cult, we're to the stage where they're not even pretending, but they're not even pretending that they don't want an authoritarian dictator. In fact, the maggots themselves are calling for a dictator. They're saying we need a dictator. And just like in every society, they have to deal with the authoritarian follower personality. But this freak flag is flying high because the con man gives them permission to come out of the closet, and that's the bottom line. All their crying for years. This is the thing; it's exhausting, isn't it? For years, having to deal with them telling us how much they love freedom. Every time they're trying to assault someone, usually the minority group du jour, we're treated to wails and crying about freedom. Or anytime they want, anytime we try to make a more perfect union or a leap forward, to promote the general welfare over the welfare of the authoritarian transnational corporate elite, then we get cries about freedom, because to the average dumbass, they're not free unless they can call somebody the N-word or be a bigot. That's really what it's about. Or shove their fake love of Jesus down everyone's throats. You see, they hate freedom of religion. And in fact, we now have a so-called Speaker of the House who openly talks about it. Now, I mean, this is all preparation for what they ultimately will inflict on us when they start laying the groundwork. They're throwing out the trial balloons, and they're prepping the dupes for what's to come. So when Mike Johnson goes on about the separation of church and state, and like Lauren Boebert talks about how she's sick of this separation of church and state junk, And Mike Johnson echoes that, saying that it's, that was a confused, that we were confused reading it, reading the Constitution as it's not separation of church and state. I really don't know how he's getting around what his justification is, but it doesn't matter. That's the job of the maggots, like the maggot court, to fix the facts around the policy. They'll come up with any justification. Like they're laying the groundwork now for cutting Social Security and raising the retirement age. They've been doing that for years. And Trump is talking about it. And now, as you can hear, all of their other maggots, like Ben Shapiro and all the rest of the the conservative sphere, talking about how we're lazy and how people want to work until they drop. And what's the meaning of life if you live in an authoritarian, kiss up, kick down hellscape, a Christian fascist dreamland in their view? What's the meaning of life? Your life is to serve your Lord. You serve your Lord when you're alive, and then you get to serve your Lord when you're dead. So, don't worry, your Lord will give you a mansion when you're dead, but in the meantime, don't pester your betters. And while this is all going on, while you're scraping and struggling and going to church to give yourself some reason to get out of bed in the morning, I guess, to give you something to look forward to. At least you're dead. When you're dead, you can get a mansion, you'll get a break, right? But it's all a means to control, especially the Republicans. I mean, I can't even believe how openly they're all talking about how this con man is some kind of gift from God. How God is protecting him. How God put him there. No, that's not God, honey. That's greed. Greed. It's the worst, the basest aspects of the human condition. That's what put him there. Your indifference to your fellow human beings, your inability to function in a free democratic society, especially a multiracial liberal democracy, where a nation of laws that apply to everybody, it seems, except the con man. And this is the problem. They're on fucking Carrie Lake. Oh my God. You see what I'm saying? Like all these maggots. Carrie Lake. Let me look at her Twitter feed. She tweeted something, or somebody retweeted or something about who thinks the election was stolen. Something like that. And people are like, yes, of course, it was most definitely stolen because of all the, whatever, name your conspiracy, all the anomalies, and everything's rigged. It's all rigged. Everything's stolen. Everything that I lose, every election I lose is stolen. Everything is rigged. Whenever I don't succeed, it's rigged. Fucking whiners. I'm so sick of this.